Phone screen capper, I am finally back. We are in the month of June, mid-June to be exact. We're looking at the baseball card. Love to get a couple months sample size with baseball before I really dive into the card, but I like jumping in every day, looking at matchups. Today we're going to focus on some day baseball, Blue Jays and Orioles. I love Thursday, getaway day. You know, you got to look at these schedules, see where these teams are going, who they have next, all those types of things. But I think you're getting some value in this matchup, in this afternoon game, the third game of a three-game series between the Blue Jays and the Orioles. You look at it, you got Kikuchi versus Wells. Two solid pitchers. A lot of strikeouts from Wells. Guy has been dealing this year. We'll get into it here. You're looking at the Orioles at a minus 120 money line. Blue Jays, you can get them at about even money. With baseball, I don't like taking huge favorites. I like to keep it like minus 130, 135 or less. I just think on the daily grind, if you go with the outliers and the big odds, you're going to lose more frequently than you win. And it's tough to build over the course of a season. So let's dive right into why I think I'm going to jump on Blue Jays even money today against the Orioles. Looking at the schedule here, Orioles having a very good season. They won 5 in a row. Then they had a loss last night to the Blue Jays. They're getting ready to travel to Chicago probably right after this game for a day game tomorrow. So they're thinking about getting on the road, bags packed. They got to do those types of things. So that's one reason I don't like the Orioles today. Blue Jays, on the other hand, 6-4 in their last 10. Their schedule, they're winning, losing. They're on a road trip, right? They're heading off to Texas for a night game after this, but I really think they probably want to get some momentum going and take this series against the Orioles. They don't have to go on the road. They're already on the road. That's why them leaving and getting away today isn't as much big of a deal, I think, as the Orioles leaving today. Now, one of the things I also got to do, I got to look at the pitchers and the pitching matchups and how these two guys have been throwing. That's going to primarily show you what team you're leaning here. If you look at Wells, he's been having a good year, man. Doesn't let up more than 2 runs very often. Typically goes 5 or 6 innings in the games. If you look over here, he's a strikeout machine. I just think fading them today as they're going on the road to Chicago would be a good move with a talented Blue Jays roster. Kikuchi is a really good pitcher. You look at his stats from this year, he's been like a 5-inning pitcher, having a tough time recovering from that outing at Boston on May 2nd and the outing at LA on April 9th. But otherwise, he's been pretty solid, right? He gets in trouble when he walks guys. Only 1 walk the last 2 starts. I think you're getting really good value at the Blue Jays even money today. Look at this lineup. Springer, Bichette, Vladdy hitting cleanup. Good lineup the Blue Jays are throwing out. Love this Orioles team, by the way. I just think they're in a spot where we can fade them, and the Blue Jays are in a spot where they want to take the series. As I have been doing this, line has already shifted a little bit down to the Blue Jays. So I think what we're going to see is a potential Blue Jays win today. Baseball is a grind. You're not going to hit every bet. You just got to look for the value. I see it today. Blue Jays even money. Book it. Phone screen capper. We're back for baseball. Go get some buckets.